Good Wednesday morning, friends, or afternoon, or evening, or whenever you might happen to catch this online. For those that I may not know, I'm Reverend Jennifer Finley, our Momentum and Discipleship Pastor here at First United Methodist Church in Kirksville. And this is our time to gather together, whatever time you might be happening to join. It's morning right now, and so I'm still enjoying my cup of coffee from one of my favorite mugs. So if you are enjoying your tea or your coffee on this beautiful spring morning, I am joining you in that. And this is our time to gather each and every week in the middle of the week on a Wednesday to simply take a deep breath together, maybe a deep inhale of your coffee if you're like me as well. But to take a deep breath and to wonder together, to be curious together about where God is meeting us in the swirl of all of the things in our lives and our world. And as I was thinking about that for myself, I wanted to share a moment that happened last week for me. As I was down in Columbia, I was meeting with other pastors around the conference who are going to be having college-age summer interns through a program from our annual conference called the Crossroads Internship Program. And I was there with Moses Johanna, who you're going to meet here in these next couple of weeks. If you've not already met him at church on Sunday mornings, he is going to be our Crossroads intern this summer, and I'm very excited about that and excited about the ways he's going to be a part of helping shape our community this summer and beyond. I was down there, and as we were doing introductions, as you do around a table, there were probably 12 or 13 folk around the table, and our leader simply asked us to share something that we were excited about moving into the summer. It didn't have to be related to church or related to work, and there were all age ranges around the table, from college students to colleagues in ministry who were just starting off, all the way to colleagues who were close to retirement. And as we went around the table, I noticed a theme, at least among my colleagues. I heard people say, well, I'm really looking forward to this summer trip I have planned because, well, in the summer of 2020, we had planned a girls' trip and then it didn't happen. And this summer, we're picking that back up. Or someone had had a big anniversary trip planned in the summer of 2020 and then, of course, put those plans on hold, and we're picking them back up this summer. Somebody else shared about a vacation that had been put off for several years and was looking forward to it. I shared about a campus ministry conference I'm going to attend in North Carolina in July, but also some time to pick up a bit and piece of a vacation out to North Carolina that I had envisioned originally for the summer of 2020 and put those plans on hold. Now, what I noticed as I listened to folks around the table as they shared those stories wasn't so much the excitement about the trip itself, although I'm sure it was there, but I watched the joy on everyone's faces as they shared together about there was this thing that I had to set down, and now I'm getting to pick it back up. And that got me to wondering, because God met me in that moment of watching the joy on faces. And I think part of it was simply the joy of being able to share with others that story of, yeah, I had to put this down and that was disappointing, but now I'm picking it back up, maybe in a slightly different way. So God met me there, and I wonder about you, about us as communities. What are the things that maybe you put down for a season, either by choice or because the circumstances of the last several years forced us to? What are you looking forward to that you're picking back up? It might be something like a trip, a long delayed trip, or time with friends, or time with family, or extended family that's finally happening. But it might also not be that kind of thing. It might be a hobby that for a season was good and then you put it down to pick other things up, and now you're picking it back up. It might be something you enjoy doing in a way that you haven't been able to because of physical limitations, or because there was a surgery and now your body's back to being able to do some of those things. God meets us in that joy. And I believe God also meets us in that complicated mix of joy and grief. For when we pick something back up that perhaps we had put down for a season, we also know that we're not the same as when we first put it down. And we may find that we don't enjoy that activity as much as we used to. Or we may find that it doesn't fulfill the same need. Or we may find that our bodies can't do those same physical activities that they used to. Or we may find that when we finally go on that long delayed trip, we are different and our friends or our family are different. And while there's joy in the midst, there's probably also some grief to acknowledge. And I firmly believe that God meets us in all of that. And so I'm wondering today, what are you looking forward to? Maybe it's the spring and summer season, maybe it's beyond. What things are you looking forward to pick back up that have been delayed in your life, whatever they are, and whatever reasons they were delayed? For me, I almost filmed from my porch this morning. I didn't because I need to be here at church here in a few moments. But I almost filmed from my porch at home because I love hanging baskets of flowers. And the last couple of seasons, I didn't put them up for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. Life got busy. And I am finding joy in picking back up that practice of simply sitting on my porch with my cup of coffee and enjoying those flowers. So that's mine. But I wonder what's yours. What are you looking forward to picking up? And of course, that also means that we answer the corollary question of, in that process, what do we want to set down as we move into a new season? Those are good questions for us to ponder and wonder about together. And as always, I hope and pray that you share those with somebody. Maybe it's just sharing them with God. That's powerful. But if you're looking for someone to share them with, let us know. We would love to be that conversation partner. And I'm here in our sanctuary this morning because as we are thinking about those shifts and changes and things we're looking forward to and picking up and putting down for ourselves, we are also thinking about that as a faith community. As we move into Pentecost this Sunday, one of my favorite Sundays of the year. And so if you're going to be worshiping with us in person, we invite you to wear red for this wonderful special time of worship. If you are worshiping with us online, we invite you to wear red as well and to maybe shoot us a picture of that. And if you are looking for something new to pick up or to re-engage in fellowship, tomorrow evening, Thursday at 6:30, we're having an old-fashioned ice cream social out on the church lawn, and I am much looking forward to picking up that informal rhythm of simply sitting together with a good bowl of ice cream and enjoying conversation. So if you are local to Kirksville, know that you are welcome and absolutely welcome to invite friends. So friends, hear this blessing. Let's try that again. For the things that we are picking up, may God bless us in the midst. For the things that we are setting down, may God bless us in the midst. And for the things that we are picking up together, may God bless us in the midst. Go in peace, my friends. Amen.